Hi guys, and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Sam here, bringing you episode 4 of Platinum End.
So I think that this episode proves that their pacing is perfect, because last week I was like, oh, do you know what, right now I feel like finding out more about the other god candidates, and the very next episode they've done that. So maybe it's not perfect, but it's perfect for me. I feel like all of their timing is really, really good.
I definitely agree with this. They took the time out to answer some pertinent questions, i.e. a little bit more explanation into some of the arrows and how it works, a little bit more explanations into some of the god candidates, a little bit more explanation into the sort of level of intelligence Metropoliman has. I thought that they did a really good job in that sense. Speaking of Metropoliman, what a smart guy. Now last week I thought that he had shot himself with the arrow in order to stop him from being targeted by an arrow. That's not what happened here. It was much more cleverer than that, and I thought that him playing the decoy, putting a decoy in the situation while moving around, assessing the situation and ensuring that he had the best possible chance of eliminating certain god candidates was perfect.
I have to agree with you. So we found out that people can be hit with multiple red arrows, but it just has to be after the whole 33 days is done.
Yeah.
It was really smart of him to employ humans. I knew there were going to be humans when they walked in suits.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, this is a little bit weird, and why have you decided to come out now of all times? It just didn't seem right, and especially when they were asked to show their arrows, and then he was like, oh, I can't honor a request from Yellow. It didn't seem like the vibe, because when Mirai was under, what's her name?
Saki.
When he was under her spell, he answered all questions, including the questions that came from her angel. If he thought it was a question that she would want to know, he answered it.
Yeah.
Even when the questions weren't coming from her and the angel was saying, ask him this, he would answer whatever it was. These two people were just not acting the same way.
Yeah, and also it kind of showed how it's not just about the powers. Yes, it's great having these powers, but there's other factors involved. How did you convince two humans? Obviously with money. Like lots of stupid amounts of money, he said. And it was great to think that he was utilizing all his resources in order to get to his goal. I think I alluded to it last episode. He's giving me Kira vibes without being Kira, and I like it. I'm loving it. But he's not like Yagami.
Metropoliman's angel, I can't remember her name, she is literally the only angel that did any research into the person that she was going to pick to become a god candidate. Because as far as I'm concerned, none of the other angels have really paid any attention to who they're picking. Who picks a little child, especially when you know that you as an angel are a low-ranked angel? So, number one, a small child who cannot defend themselves and is very scared and timid. Number two, you are a low-ranked angel with hardly any powers. You only have wings, and then you go ahead and pick the tiny little girl.
I'm just saying, it was dumb.
And even Tabachi and Hatakeyama's angels as well, they were also ridiculous. No research whatsoever, because as far as I'm concerned, they were really stupid. They were both mic'd up. They were telling all the business.
Bruv, oh my days, you two.
Not just to Metropoliman, but to the entire audience.
Innit? Shut the F up.
You don't know if all of the powers are the same. Just because your arrows only have a range of 31.6 meters doesn't mean Metropoliman only has that kind of range. But now you've told him, this is the only range I have. These are the extent of my powers, and this is where it ends. And it was like just everyone was coming out of the woodwork saying, I don't have this, Metropoliman.
Yeah, what, like...
Here's my weakness. Like, come on.
Do you know what it was and what did it for me? The whole time, Metropoliman was laughing and taking the piss out of them. The whole time. Because he was calling them stupid. And it was true. Look, You come into the thing, you start talking about things that not everyone knows about. In the business corporate world, yeah, there's a phrase called WAIT, and it literally is an acronym that stands for Why Am I Talking? That is, if you have a reason to talk, then you speak in the meeting. If not, shut the F up. You're telling the world the business. The world doesn't need to know any of that. The fight is between God candidates. All the God candidates know the information that they know. And then you go and give the enemy the information. Are you stupid, blood? Are you stupid?
On top of that, metropoliman says, oh, I can't attack you with you guys standing back to back and looking around like that. Immediately after he finishes the sentence, that one flies off and leaves the other one. Like,
yeah,
he's telling you, I can see what you're doing. I'm watching everything that you guys are doing. And then you guys split up. It was obvious that you were going to get hit. As far as I'm concerned, these two guys came to court death.
Yes, literally. For me, the moment that I used the arrow and it didn't work, I'm bouncing. I'm not trying to get into this fight. I came in with one shot. That was my job. The job didn't work. I'm out. Metropoliman can't find you outside the stadium, can he? You just fly off and that's it, you're gone. But no, you decided to stay there and have a parlay with someone who has clearly prepared the stage for your demise. No, fam. Are you stupid? Literally. And I have to admit, yeah, Mirai and Saki were very clever in this as well. I know they took a back seat in this episode, but sitting there to take stock of the information was good. However, when that little girl started bawling at the end that she didn't want to die, I hope Mirai doesn't do something stupid.
I disagree with you. I don't think that they played it smart. I think Saki did play it smart, but Mirai did not. His eyes are shifty the whole time. Every time he sees an arrow, he's like, what? That person's got a red arrow. There are drones flying all over the place, and we don't know who the drones belong to. Now, we know Metropoliman has a lot of many, so they could actually be his. If I was him, I would have a bunch of drones flying around because I would want to find the hiding God candidates. And now he can lip read you saying, what? Red arrow? White arrow? He's about to kill him? And he's been warned multiple times by multiple people to stop looking as if you know what's going on. And unlike the other two, he's not covered in a suit. It's his real face. That means he can be easily found and easily tracked. Once he's found, he really needed to shut the hell up and say it in his mind.
Look, I'm gonna put it this way. Ruka is looking so deep into this, and normally I'll be like, listen, you're going too in, the anime's not going to do that. This anime is proving me wrong, and it's only 4 episodes in. So yeah, I'm going to just go, yeah, you're probably right. And plus, Ruka's got a sick prediction jutsu when it comes to anime anyway, so she's probably right on this one, and I agree. Saki, in my opinion, in this situation, based on what I know about her so far, is about to manipulate Mirai into dying so that she has a better chance of becoming the God candidate. We don't know any of her backstory. We don't know why she wanted to commit S. I'm here thinking that Saki's gonna probably either end up being the God or get Mirai to be the God and be the proxy instead of the angel. The trickster angel picked the right one on this one, in my opinion, so far.
Now, I said this as well. I do think that he picked the correct person because she is very easily manipulated. I do not think that she's going to manipulate him into dying on purpose, but yes, she is going to manipulate him. At the end, he was saying, what should he do? Should he save the little girl or not? And she said, please stop this from happening. You've got to stop him. And then you saw the red ring go around Mirai's neck. So we know that his ass is going to get involved. I'm here for it because I actually do want him to get involved. Even though it's a dangerous situation, I feel like at the moment Mirai is way too much of a weak person, and he needs an event where he can push himself and maybe do something that's a little bit difficult for him and start coming into his own, because you can't sit here with these types of powers trying to be a God candidate fighting this guy and be weak. No, it's not possible. You will die. So either way, he is going to have to do something dangerous. And I think this is a good step to do that, because it's going to stop the public as well from thinking that Metropoliman is such a great person, because now we've seen him do a bunch of things. Yes, the audience are kind of confused because they don't know if this is like a staged play or if the people are really dead. Like, everyone is really confused right now. But if Mirai steps in to save this girl, it's gonna put Metropoliman in the villain status, but in all honesty, Metropoliman does not care. He has set this up and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's done a lot of things out in the open and he's not really bothered about the public opinion.
Yeah, he has got the mentality that he's going from A to B and beating through every other god candidate. So he is doing everything that should be done if that is your plan. He set up the stage, he made sure everything was done correct. He ended up eliminating 2 god candidates, so therefore that's 3 out at the moment. There's another, 10 more in total, including himself. And then now he's got this little girl in his sights who he's going to use as bait in order to draw out the rest of the god candidates by, tugging on their heartstrings. He made a power play, he made it good, and he's doing well. I am a little bit in love with this guy, and I feel like I'm rooting for Metropoliman a little bit.
He's an amazing villain. I really like him as a villain, I'm not gonna lie. But I also thought we found out a little interesting thing about the angels. Now, after, I can't remember whether it was Tabachi or Hatakeyama's angel.
Yeah.
But she tried to take the rings back so that Metropoliman wouldn't be able to take them. But obviously he wasn't having it, but he didn't attack the angel. And also the little girl's angel, when she came out, he didn't attack the angel either. So I'm starting to think that these god candidates actually can't negatively impact the angels, only the other candidates. And he also used that angel by telling her scream more and be more distressed on purpose, because he wants to lure out the other god candidates that are in 2 minds about whether they should get involved. Because now that you have people screaming for help, he knows that these people are going to want to help them, and maybe the other angels too might convince their candidates to get involved because they might know that angel.
Yeah and no. Okay, put it this way, yeah. I agree that he's using it as an emotional tactic in order as bait. I agree with that. But I disagree that it will lure out as many god candidates as we probably might think. Well, I think anyway. Because remember, all of these god candidates were already chosen because they don't care about life. So there's going to be a few psychopaths in there as well, similar to Metropoliman, who's going to watch it and go, well, not my business, I'm not involved. So they're there to get information. And then you got these 2 guys literally giving all the information about their powers that even some of the god candidates probably didn't know. The angel Nase didn't know that it was 31.6 meters. Do you get what I mean? So I'm definitely here for this.
I don't know what you're disagreeing with, because I didn't say loads of people were going to get lured out. I said he was attempting to lure out other candidates by using these people.
Okay,
so
I
what's
agree
your
with
disagreement,
you.
fam?
I don't disagree. I agree with you. I just think it's got to be a low number, not a high number. That's it.
Duh. Well, that is it from us. Let us know what you think in the comments about what's been going on in this episode. This episode was lit to me.
Yeah, definitely. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.